Over the past 10 years of hunting and filming professionally, my journey has evolved. I once sought animals and adventure, and I still seek those things. Yet now more than ever, I seek answers around the growing questions that surround myself as a hunter. I've found that my connection to the land brings a certain clarity to the rest of my life. This is what brings me back into high country. Every opening day here in Montana that I can remember has been spent watching the sunrise with my father Tim and our good friend George Dieruf. They were the very first ones that brought me out here. They were the ones that taught me how to rifle hunt, how to move this terrain, and how to use my glass to find deer. This year, George drew one of the most coveted tags in all of the state of Montana for bull elk. Every opening day is anticipated, but knowing George had that tag in his pocket, as a group, I think we were as excited as we've been for a long time to see that sunrise on opening day. I wouldn't miss it for the world to be out here with these two and experience these moments together. They're few and far between, and when I look back on my life, they're some of the most cherished moments I have. So to be out here with Dad and George on opening day with this coveted tag in George's pocket was an extra special opening day. Where we're going, we can hunt. I have an antelope tag, we all have deer tags, and of course George has the elk tag, so we're really hunting for just a little bit of whatever today. If we see a nice antelope buck, I'll probably try to fill my antelope tag, and also looking for a mule deer. But just really excited to be down here with my dad and George. It's a tradition for us. I mean, something they brought me out to do since I was probably about 9 years old. I haven't missed an opening day being out or being with them. And so, although, I miss being at sheep camp, I wouldn't miss being here for the world.
Out picking up another piece of eastern Montana. He picks up every stump, every rock, every old piece of machinery he can find. So I don't even have to come down here to see eastern Montana. I just drive out to his house. He got most of the stuff out at his house that was down here to start with. But Tim, he can say whatever he wants. I mean, we've hunted together for about 50 years, and he's getting better, but he won't compare to me ever as far as shooting goes. And you can ask him the same question, you better tell the truth. And I hope you tell the truth for once in your life, but he said, who's the better shot of you two? And I said, me by far.
And you know what? I would agree.
What?
George has made some of the most incredible shots I've ever seen. I have a heck of a time with like coyotes or something that are running. I never lead them enough. I've seen him roll some stuff over out there 500 yards on a dead run.
That's pretty amazing. 50 years, that's the first compliment you've ever paid me.
It's true, I'll admit it. And a shotgun, I might as well throw a rock at a bird. And day hunt season 2017, good Lord, George. How many years have we been doing this?
50.
Probably 50. Yeah, probably 50. I think I was 19 or 20 when we first met. Started hunting. Holy Lord. We don't go at her quite as hard as we used to. But it's been a lot of fun. We've raised both his boy and obviously Jason.
bucks.
Love to hunt.
Another time we were down by Broadus on mule deer, and we were in the Suburban driving down the road, and Jason was just a little kid, probably 5 or 6 maybe, and we were driving along, and Jason looked up on the hill and spotted a pretty nice buck of deer, mule deer. And he goes, "Dad, there's a nice buck right there." Tim kept driving, and Jason goes, "Dad, that's a pretty nice deer." Tim kept driving, and Jason finally goes, "Dad, that's a nice deer." Tim keeps driving. Pretty soon Tim looked up and saw the deer, jammed on the brakes, and goes, "Wow, that's a pretty nice buck." Jason goes, "Oh, no kidding, miracle deer." I don't think we heard what he said the whole time.
No, I wasn't even paying attention to what he was talking about.
Oh yeah, it's just like a comedy hour. Oh, we better go or we're gonna get yelled at. It's like a comedy hour with these two. Never know what's gonna happen.
Here's what I do best. I'm the gate man. Oh. Okay. We'll go up here and see if we can see anything.
I got a feeling we're gonna see a big one.
I haven't put it on.
Yeah, I just always have loved coming out and hunting with my dad and George. It just cracks me up to listen to those two go back and forth. It's like grumpier old men or something. Right off the bat, we spotted some bulls. I know this area well, and I had a pretty good idea where we needed to start looking, and my hunch was correct. At daylight opening morning, we found some real nice bulls, and were able to put together a plan to try to get George into position.
He's standing in the skyline.
Yeah, he's in the shadow.
He's
He's got his head down, feet. He's just to the right of the big tree.
Okay.
That big tree is 360.
Okay.
That big tree is 360. 360.
They missing? I couldn't tell.
I don't know. I can't tell. I should walk up there. Yeah.
didn't sound like it hit from where I was.
In the video, we played it back, and it's hard to say, but it almost looked like he took off, but I didn't hear it yet.
That was a good bunch of bulls. Yeah, all of them were decent. Yeah. Well, should we go back and get your truck and go down that way? I mean, that road goes right down through there. Yeah. Accidentally seen him or something.
Well, we've kind of worked our way this direction now. It's about 10:20 opening morning, October 21st. Had a heartbreaker of a morning. Was able to get George on a absolutely beautiful bull elk and worked into 360 yards and shot, and you know, we didn't find any blood. Didn't appear to be a hit, didn't sound like a hit. We kind of worked the general area and didn't find anything, but we're gonna just give it a little time in case he did possibly hit that bull, for that bull to lay down, and we're gonna kind of work around the hill here and then work through that area again and see if maybe he didn't hit that bull and we just didn't initially find him. So can't be too sure, although we're all pretty sure he missed. We got to give it one more chance, go down through and see if we can find him. It's the responsible thing to do. So,
where the pavement ends, on X begins.
Get some stuff out of that cooler.
oh,
There's peanut butter, jelly, lunch meat, cheese, mustard, mayo, pickles.
Bobcats were going to come back last weekend when we got that fumble with about 4 minutes left. It's kind of always been a tradition to listen to the Bobcat games while we're out here hunting out east. Something I always look forward to. Yeah.
Just walk down through there and hit that hayfield again.
Yeah. And then have Knowing that there was a lot of elk in the area, we just decided to keep pushing on. Besides having an antelope tag in my pocket, we also had deer and elk, so there was no shortage of things to keep our eye out for. On the second morning, I spotted a bull that looked like a real good 6-point. He looked like he was in a good location and only had 1 or 2 cows with him. It looked like this would be a scenario that just might work out for George. He's 586.
This damn wind is, I don't like this wind going right towards him.
Yeah, he's about over here. George, come get him. He's right through there. I remember looking down the hill and seeing this bull standing there in the sunlight, and he just looked absolutely beautiful. And I knew at that point that that was the bull that we needed to try to get George in on. This was the bull that we needed to work just a little extra harder to make sure that George got the shot, because out here they could disappear and this could be the last elk you'll see all season. just got up on this knob here. That bull was 450 yards away, going dead away. So anyway, I'm just gonna work this edge right here.
Where, right there by these trees?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get out here and keep working this edge.
I'm gonna go work these trees myself.
And then George, if you want to walk out on this ridge, you should be able to look back.
I did walk out on that point to start with just to last make sure.
I'll just try to get Even though we tried to get George in position and I set my tripod up, the bull had just moved out of range. He didn't know we were there, but he was just getting out of there in too much of a hurry for George to make a good shot. So at that point, we decided we just needed to split up. Dad and George would circle around the upper end of the timber, while me and Maddie would circle the lower end. I had the mule deer tag and antelope tag in my pocket, so I figured I would pack the rifle in case I kicked something up, and I would keep an eye open for the bull in the meantime. If I didn't happen to spot him laying in there was a good chance he would end up going out past Dad and George. I just heard 2 shots right up. George right there. I can see him out. Walking over. Oh, dude, there's a beam. I can see a big beam sticking off the ground. They got him. This bull is freaking huge. Like, I just got a glimpse of him this morning before he went in the timber. But he's just like this big 6, if it's the same bull. Holy cow. Look at that bull. Oh my goodness. Nice work, fellers.
What a nice bull.
Done it without you guys.
Look at that thing. Here, I just talked about how much it meant to me to be here, to be putting down this road on opening day and have these guys with me, Dad and George. George is like a second father to me, always has been, and it means a lot to be able to come down here and continue to find success with these guys and have good times and be in our health. Be here on it this day is just what it's all about. And
Pretty bold.
I can't tell you how much Dad has taught me about hunting and, just how to be a good person in life and treat people fair. And these are just my 2 mentors, and that's what it's all about.
We bring Jason along for his eyes. We can't see quite as good as we used to.
He's got a pretty strong back, too.
Yeah.
This will forever go down as one of those hunts that I'll just never forget. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and after days like today, I'll never second guess that. This was meant to be George's bull. This was meant to be George's day. And for Dad and I to be there to share it with him was so special for the 2 of us. We got a photo that day together. I now have that photo blown up huge on my wall and got copies for George and Dad. I'll never forget that day. And this photo is one of my favorites of all time. I feel honored every time I take to the woods with those 2. I feel lucky each and every time we're out there together. And this picture will forever remind me of that.